A trap is not meant to be seen for what it really is, a trap. Because if you would see immediately what it was, it wouldn't be a trap anymore. It is a trap because below the radar, it captures you, it snaps you. That's why it's a trap. Now look, the trap I want to talk about tonight, for me tonight, is the trap of being direct with your opinion or whether you like something or not. Why do I say this is a trap? First of all, Christ said that the meek shall inherit the earth. He did not say that the aggressive ones shall inherit the earth. Now, aggressiveness itself, in some cases, it's a good thing, it's a practical thing, but not always. But too often people are so attached to the relief of being direct. And by doing this, they lose perspective. When they don't like something, they only are centered around how they feel. And they don't realize that their likes and dislikes is a duality. It's how the fallen mind operates. So it's an unreal mindset. The feelings they have in their body are real. So they think by being open and blunt about it that they're doing the right thing. But if the mindset behind it is unreal, that means that the manifestation is manifestation of something unreal. So now they're vindicating something unreal without them realizing it. And even if people defend them, saying that's your opinion, you have a right to blah, 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 they have still lost perspective. And you know what? When you have lost perspective, because you are blunt, you're honest, you're direct, Satan has you. You know why? Because the only thing Satan has to do is to give the perception of annoyance to you, and you already feel annoyed because you don't have any perspective, and you respond or react to that annoyance. And that's how Satan can trap you in dangerous circumstances. Look, there are times being direct is necessary. For example, if someone wants to go to some store, and you know that that store, there are dangerous people over there, you can tell them, you're not going, no, don't go there. Then you're direct, and then you can explain why. But too often people are direct just because you want to be direct because you don't want to put up with something. It's all about avoiding emotional pain and preserving their self-validation. So their reasons are not real reasons at all, they're just excuses. But they feel comfortable with being direct, unconditionally. Or else they feel fake, but they don't realize that mindset of duality is fake itself. So whether they're blunt directly or they are covertly, it's still fake because the mindset behind it is fake. So that's what I wanted to warn you about, because that trap of bluntness, of directness, it is often used against you, and often it will backfire. If directness is such a great thing, then why isn't it promoted in Scripture? Why does the Most High take his time throughout generations to work out his plan? Why doesn't he just say, this is what I want? Why does the Most High conceal things, even from his loyal followers? It's because directness and being honest, as most people will rephrase it, is not a virtue in itself. It's a practical thing, but only when it's useful. Look, if even the Most High withholds information or is not direct all the time, why do people think that you just have to be direct all the time? Especially those that claim to follow Christ. That doesn't add up, does it? Now look, I'm not here to tell you I'm not here to control you by telling you what to do and what not to do. I just want you to be alert. The trap of being direct, so-called being honest, is a big trap that many can't see for a trap because they're so addicted to the relief of being honest. Not only the relief they experience, but also the validation you get from others for being honest. For example, let's say there is an individual in a group and most people are annoyed by that individual, but nobody says anything. And then you say clearly that you don't want to deal with that individual because you're blunt, you're direct. What has happened? The group has meditated negatively upon that individual. Now that's witchcraft. That's wrong. They've generated negative energy. And now you, because you feel the annoyance, you're affected by the group, you don't want to acknowledge that, now you're acting out how you feel, you're direct. So what has happened now? You have openly spoken out the witchcraft that the group was meditating upon an individual. Now, first of all, by doing this, the attention is upon you. Everyone's going to remember that you're the one that said it. And when you have your reasons, you alone have to explain yourself. And by doing this, you are deceptive. Because now everyone's focused upon you and nobody notices that the witchcraft everyone else was doing. Even if everyone else was annoyed at someone by meditating in the negative, they are wrong. But you are honest, you're direct, you don't want to waste your time, you're so self-centered and trapped that you can't see it. So now you act out and agree with witchcraft. Now you've agreed with witchcraft. So you are accountable for all that will follow from that. If that individual that you couldn't stand, that you're just open about it, you are openly hostile towards an individual, and because you are encouraged to do so because more people are hostile towards an individual, but it's just not direct. If this negative meditation that you've validated now causes harm later on towards the individual or in the community, you've contributed to it. Or if that individual now seeks spiritual aid and all the witchcraft arrows are returned back, you're going to be hit. Why? Because you've contributed to it. But another thing, but I'm just honest, just how I think. How you think has consequences. What you will has consequences. So to just think and will whatever you will and think, that's not wise. You have to learn to look at the bigger picture. And people that are blunt, honest, direct, they often don't look at the bigger picture before they just speak their mind. And it's just a very foolish thing. You need to evaluate your mind and renew your mind, not just speak your mind. Well, I'm not saying this, just, I'm not telling you to be, there are times you have to open your mouth because it's necessary. In such instance, you are direct when it's needed. I'm not telling you to be quiet and permit all stuff to happen because just you want comfort. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you to look at the bigger picture. And that's something a lot of people don't do. Well, you do it. That being said, be at peace. Shalom.